Okay, so let's go back now before that, right? And you were saying you kind of alluded to it. You had some issues with getting a job. You want to take us all the way back and tell us the story that's like, I mean, what led you to this?
Yeah, yeah, happy to dig into that, man. As a kid, I just feel like I had really big dreams, really big hopes. Like I just wanted to do really cool stuff. Like I think everybody kind of can identify with feeling that way. And then you grow up, you get a little older, and you're just like, man, life isn't what I thought it was when I was 9 years old or something like that. Um, and now that I look back on it, as I got older, like around the age of like 12 years old, and I look back, like I was super depressed, and I just never really in the moment looked at it that way. But I had trouble being by myself. I really didn't have much self confidence in a lot of things. Like with sports and stuff, I felt pretty comfortable, but anything else, like my relationships with friends, women, like I just didn't really feel very confident. Um, and and that led me, and I also had this big hunger to do really big things that I felt like couldn't be fulfilled, and I didn't have my father to really guide me and point me in that direction because he was super busy with his work and handling his own stuff. So I think the biggest factor that what led me down this path was that fire kind of burning inside me to do something great and not knowing how to capitalize on it. And I turned to that life of drugs and alcohol and partying to numb the pain, and it worked. It definitely worked, and kept me kind of comfortable with where I was at. Um, but it put me in some really bad situations. I've been incarcerated. Probably about 2 years of my life was spent incarcerated due to getting in trouble due to different types of drugs and
Yeah.
situations I was putting myself in. And then I got, addicted. I was clearly addicted to drugs. I ended up being homeless. I was sleeping in a vehicle for like 6 months of my life. And then my friends kind of helped me out. And then that kind of pushed me a little bit deeper into that lifestyle. And initially, that's what I got in big trouble for was drug distribution because I was trying to figure out a way to make money to survive. And I definitely kind of had that entrepreneurial spirit to make it happen. I just directed it at the wrong thing.
I think that resonates with probably a lot of people, figuring out ways to like just be scrappy and figure it out, like how to come up with some money or some cash or whatever early on in life. And yeah, I mean, I got goosebumps just, listening to you talk about that, how that all transpired, because I think a lot of people have stories like this that they can connect with, that it doesn't start easy. And also, like, being an entrepreneur allows you to have freedom and flexibility to like do whatever you want, because all those people that said, sorry, you sound great, you could definitely do this job, but your record has an issue that, you had some struggles, you had family issues, and it led you in a path that doesn't, support you having a great future on paper, but doesn't mean anything about you personally, right? So, I mean, that's just amazing. And so,